Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. Thank you for clicking on that thumbnail. Always showing up, showing you guys some love. Today we're going to be talking about some of the oldest fragrance notes used in perfumery and used back in the AD, BC, all that good stuff, okay? Used by the three wise men, okay? And this is frankincense and myrrh. I love the notes of frankincense and myrrh. They are very similar. One may give off slightly anise or licorice vibe. Sometimes the other one may give off a woody spicy vibe, a green sort of scent, you know, green spicy, almost like geranium, and sometimes it even gives off a fruity vibe. And did you all know that frankincense and olibanum are the same exact thing? Olibanum is another word for frankincense and vice versa. Also, did you know that LME was used in the place of frankincense? Because frankincense is a little hard to come by. It's a little more expensive. So LME is actually a substitute that kind of mimics the note of frankincense. So anyway, we're going to get into these lovely fragrances that I have in my collection. I love every single one of them, and they are still here. And these fragrances are going to be amazing for the fall, rolling you all the way on over into the winter. Yeah, like you said, we're gonna be smelling like the three wise men, okay? Anyway, and not church incensey, so you know it's a little different. Myrrh and frankincense to me is a little different than incense. It's a little more rich, resinous, dry, all that good stuff. So anyway, please continue to like, comment, subscribe, turn on those notification bells, all that good stuff, y'all, and let's get started. So the very first one we're gonna talk about, I should go in order, is one that I absolutely love. And I can tell you which ones are feminine, masculine, or unisex, okay? Basically, we wear whatever we want, period, because I wear a lot of masculine leaning scents myself. So anyway, this is by the House of Thameen, and this is the limited edition bottle. For those of you all that are asking, why isn't your bottle blue? So this is the limited edition Valentine's Day bottle, and this is Peregrina. This is my favorite one from the House of Thameen. There are a couple others I'm interested in, but it wasn't giving as much as this one. So anyway, in this fragrance, it's warm spicy, okay? It's slightly fruity, it's resinous, it's rich, it's warm, it's sexy, it's elegant. So in this, you get some rose, you get some caramel, you get some myrrh. So myrrh is in this fragrance. I'll let you know if it's either myrrh, frankincense, or both in the fragrance. So myrrh is actually in this fragrance, and myrrh mixed with that ylang ylang makes it a little more warm, yet dry, yet resinous. It's sexy from the caramel and the rose. This is a very beautiful fragrance, stunning, and I love it, you guys. If you want something slightly more feminine from that house, then you need to get your nose on Peregrina. I love carved oud. Blue heart is nice, but it's not giving as much, but I do really like it. I may think about it later on, but this one, Peregrina, completely has my heart. Get your nose on it if you love a rose spicy, warm, yellow floral, a little bit of a yellow floral from that ylang ylang just to brighten it up. That warm spicy myrrh, vanilla, caramel, all that good stuff. Slightly sweetened, you guys. Amazing for the fall and the winter, Peregrina. So the next one is one that has been discontinued, but you may be able to find it. I don't wear this often. I think since I've had my bottle for the past like 5 years, I've worn it maybe like 4 times, but it's a beast and you don't need a lot. So this is Alien Essence Absolute. So in Alien Essence Absolute, you have your jasmine myrrh, you have some incense, you have some caramel, vanilla, and I think there's some tonka or some sandalwood in here as well. So literally, there's a lot of incense in here. So there's myrrh in this fragrance, okay? So in here, you have your myrrh, your incense. It gives it that rich. You can literally, if you smell myrrh enough, you can tell the difference between myrrh and incense. There were some fragrances while I was choosing the perfumes from my collection. I knew that had that scent of myrrh that did not list it on Fragrantica, but when I went to the actual site, the website, I was like, this fragrance smells like it has myrrh inside. but because you can't trust Fragrantica, we all know that. But it had the actual like Somalian myrrh listed on the actual website, you guys. So if you smell certain fragrances enough or certain notes enough, you may be able to pick those single notes out. It's amazing to be able to smell. I've smelled single notes as of recently, you know, just pure, what do you call them? Pure accords. I've smelled those lately and I had so much fun doing it. So anyway, back to Alien Essence Absolute. It's sweet, it's vanillic, it's incensey, and you get that rich resinous underlying myrrh on top of that incense and vanilla and the beautiful note of jasmine. Yes, this is giving the alien jasmine DNA, but it's very similar to alien jasmine, alien goddess type jasmine rather than the original alien jasmine. But I love this because it's brighter, it's sweeter, it's richer, it's vanilla, and this is going to be amazing for the fall. I know my girl Emmy decluttered this. Emmy, I was like, oh no, but maybe she got it for a good deal. But I am loving Alien Essence Absolute. There's nothing I have that, you know, it, like I said, it gives the alien vibes, you know, that jasmine, that DNA. It's not heady because that myrrh and that vanilla, you know, it kind of covers a little bit of that jasmine up. You know, the myrrh, the vanilla is more prominent in this fragrance to me than the jasmine. And what else did I say was in here? The myrrh, vanilla, oh, and the orris. The orris makes it real creamy and powdery, but not lipsticky. More of like a creamy vanilla, myrrh, slight jasmine. It's beautiful. I love this. Alien Essence Absolute. I think I purchased this one on... I don't purchase fragrances from Amazon anymore, but I think I could not find it. And I think this one might have come from Amazon about 5 years ago, you guys. But I love it. My juice is dark. It's amazing. Get your nose on it if you can find it. Like I said, I think it's discontinued. So the next one we have is one that I absolutely love. A little bit of a dent in here because I wore it a lot. And this is Seta by the House of Myrrh. Now Seta... Seta is rich, warm, it's resinous. You have your spicy saffron. You have myrrh in this fragrance. This fragrance kind of reminds me of Peregrina. This fragrance also reminds me of Sakura also. They all give that same rich, warm, spicy, resinous vibes. So in here, this is very feminine and the performance on this is beast. There's a fragrance also that a lot of people compare this to as well, but I don't remember, okay? So anyway, in Seta, you have your saffron. There's some ylang ylang in here, just as in Peregrina. You have some lemon in here, some myrrh, vanilla, and a lot of benzoin and sandalwood, you guys. So I think the myrrh, the benzoin is giving it, you know, when myrrh dries down, it almost gives similar vibes of benzoin and vanilla because it's warm spiciness. But y'all, I love this. It's fresh, it's airy, it's sexy, it's feminine, and it has the most amazing performance. So if you like fragrances like Peregrina or Sakura by Ormond Jane, I'm trying to remember the lady's name, or is it a man? I don't know, y'all. Sakura by Ormond Jane, then you're gonna love Seta. Seta is my favorite. I've smelled several from the line, but Seta is my absolute favorite, you guys. Get your nose on this. Yes, it has ylang ylang in here and some vanilla, but it's most amazing for the fall and the winter. And the bottle's gorgeous. The next one we have is Rock the Myrrh, and this is by, let me wipe the bottle off because the top part of these bottles, they always get like real fingerprinty. I just watched the review with my girl, Aisha, and she just purchased Wamalaki and she loved it. But Aisha, I wanted to tell you, and I forgot to mention that all of the tops are kind of vintagey. They are, if you're watching this review, if not, I'll just DM you over on Instagram. They're all kind of like stone washed silver tops. I don't know if this is real silver. It may be, but it's a little tarnished looking. And I think that actually it's the normal look of the bottle. And I know that's a concern with a lot of people that purchase these bottles, but this is their whole look, okay? So, and this is, yeah, that's how they make them. Mine, it has a little bit of spotting on it, you know, some scratches, a little tarnishing, almost like a old nickel, okay? Like a nickel that's been tossed around for hundreds of years. That's what the top looks like. So anyway, this is Rock the Myrrh. Y'all, this is the #1 fragrance by the House of Dries Van Noten over in the Middle East because of the myrrh in this fragrance, okay? Myrrh, vanilla, benzoin. You got your pink pepper that makes it super fresh and spicy, and it dries down, but you definitely get that rich, warm, resinous myrrh, and then it dries down. When I tell you this is spicy in the opening, it's spicy. It's not peppery spicy, but fresh spicy. Almost that same fresh spiciness that you get in possibilities with that pink pepper and that warm spiciness of that pink pepper. That's what this smells like, the freshness, warm spiciness that brings. So if you like that kind of pink pepper, then I'm pretty sure you're gonna love this. It's rich, resinous, vanilla, and it dries down beautifully. The opening is a beast, okay? A force to be reckoned with, and the dry down after about maybe like 5 minutes, 5-10 minutes on your skin. Spray these on your skin. It is absolutely stunning, sexy, unisex, gorgeous. But then in the opening, it may smell like slightly masculine because of that rich benzoin and the myrrh. Also, there's suede in here, cypress. Cypress doesn't make it green. It just makes it a little earthy. But all of those combined notes makes this an absolutely rich, warm, vanillic fragrance in the dry down. And I'm loving this. I will always have it in my collection. A little bit of a dip because you only need maybe like 5 or 6 sprays and then be done, because this is a beast and it's amazing for the fall and the winter. Did I tell you everything in there? Yeah, I told you there was myrrh in there, right, you guys? Yes. And I told you there's myrrh in all of the first 4 that we just discussed. All right, so the next one we're going to talk about, I'm going to try to go in order. This is Gold Myrrh Absolute, and this is by Carolina Herrera. This was this my first one? I can't remember. I think this was my first one. Then I have the rose one, which is beautiful as well. So Gold Myrrh Absolute. This one I ordered from Harrods when it initially dropped. And y'all, I ordered it for the Myrrh and the Immortal. I love the everlasting flower, the note of Immortal. It is almost gourmandish, fresh, airy, leaning to me. It gives me a little bit of like airy cacao pod, maybe scent inside, but I'm loving Immortal. I love it in Ganymede extract and Ganymede. I love it in Monogatachini's Immortal. It is, ooh, if y'all love Immortal and if you love this, then you need to get your nose on Monogatachini's Immortal fragrance. It's gorgeous, okay? It is my number 2 gourmand in life, all right? So in this fragrance, let's go ahead and spray this baby. It's been a while, but now it's time to break her out. So, ooh, this, y'all. It is good. So in here, you have your black pepper, you have your Immortal, you have some cacao pod. You also have your myrrh, vanilla, and licorice. It says licorice in here, or anise, but I don't get that at all, you know? But I do like the notes, maybe a slight, but that Immortal and that cacao pod, ooh, y'all, it actually, the blend is absolutely delicious. It is gourmand. This is a gourmand. This is a sophisticated gourmand. This is a luxurious gourmand. This is not just like, you know, literal or edible smelling fragrance. You know, you got that Immortal in there to make it, you know, just very wearable. It's beautiful. But I love this. So if you like Immortal, if you like myrrh, it's not too resinous because of the dustiness of that cacao powder actually blends very well to make it very fresh and airy. It's a little cold smelling as well. But y'all, it's absolutely stunning. Get your nose on Carolina Herrera's, I want to say Gold Immortal Extract. No, Gold Myrrh Absolute. What's Gold Immortal Extract? I don't know, but anyway, y'all, Gold Myrrh Absolute. That's a fragrance, and I think I may have it, but I can't even remember what it looks like, y'all. So Anyway, this is beautiful. Gold Myrrh Absolute. I love this. I will always have this in my collection. And when I wore this to go see Tammy. This year we had a meetup and did like some fragrance sniffing. She absolutely fell in love with this. She was like, what do you have on? You smell stunning. And this is what I wore that day. I had on something green, very warm, very fall, even though it was like early in the spring, you guys. Get your nose on this. All right, so the next one we're going to talk about, I'm going to try to go in order so I don't miss anything, is a sample actually. And this has the note of myrrh. I purchased this sample from Max Aroma because I'm supposed to be doing my initial fragrance review since last year. Okay, and I'm going to do it this year. Okay, I'm going to do it this month. Or let's say by the end of October, I'm going to do my initial fragrance house review. Okay, some of the ones that I weren't sure about getting full bottles of, I ordered 10 ml samples of, which they no longer have, you know. And I'm going to keep harping on that. So I want these samples back, y'all. Please, Max Aroma. Get rid of the other little cute ones with less juice, okay? So in Psychedelic Love by the House of Initio, you have your heliotrope. You got some hedione in here. You have your Bulgarian rose, sandalwood, ylang ylang, and myrrh. Now, I do like this fragrance. It's not a heavy resinous myrrh fragrance, but you get a little bit of warm spiciness. It's powdery and almost smells like there's an orange blossom in here as well because it's sweet. It's powdery. That ylang ylang just kind of like brightens it up a little bit. You get an underlying rose in this fragrance, but I think it's the heliotrope. Maybe it's not the orange blossom that makes it a little powdery and nutty. Yeah, powdery, almondy, nutty, sweet, vanillic, you know, with an underlying rose and some myrrh. It's super femme, super sweet in the opening, but after about 15 minutes, it dries down. But if you don't like powdery, sweet powdery scents, not baby powdery, just more of like a powdered sugar, like a powdered sugar, almost like the Jordan almond with dusted powdered sugar and like some rose, a little bit of rose. It still smells like orange blossom to me, a little bit, you know. But if you don't like sweet fragrances, like powdery sweet fragrances, almondy sweet fragrances, then you may not like this one. Like fragrances like, what is it, by the House of Reminiscence? I think it was called Drage. The one that came in that cute little white bottle smells like those wedding almonds, Jordan almonds with some florals. That is what this is giving me, you know? I like it, but is it full bottle worthy for me? No, I'm just gonna keep with the sample that I've had for over a year and I just keep testing it. I haven't actually I wore this once full body and I've tested it at least like 3 times, you guys. Anyway, this is Psychedelic Love by the House of Initio. So make sure you test that one because it may be too sweet, too powdery and too sweet, but I like it. It's really nice, but I don't need a full bottle. So the next one we have is Mer and Tonka. Now, I do not have the Jo Malone, but I do have the B-layered version, Mia's blend. And y'all, it smells exactly the same for a fraction of the price. I wore this and I've worn this a couple times. I've gotten so many compliments. I actually wore this to an event that I went to over, I was in a stadium and I got multiple compliments on this fragrance, but it's warm, it's resinous, it's rich, you know. But like I said, Jo Malone's scent. This is a dupe for Jo Malone's Mer and Tonka. It's powdery. You know, it's that warm, spicy powderiness. So in Mer and Tonka, you have your lavender myrrh, Tonka vanilla, and almond. I don't get a lot of lavender. Actually, I get more lavender in Jo Malone's Mer and Tonka than I do in this Mia's blend. The lavender in here is toned down a little bit, and you get a little bit more of that vanilla, myrrh, Tonka, and almond, and a little less of the lavender. So y'all get Mia's blend by Be Layered. It's really good, and it's super affordable. All right, the next one we're going to talk about is Baby Cat. Now, Baby Cat has frankincense, or what's listed as olibanum, okay? Olibanum, leathery suede, a lot of vanilla, incense, you guys. It's so good. I was super lucky to have gotten this bottle, you know, super blessed, okay? So in Baby Cat, you have your warm, spicy black pepper, the freshness of the pink pepper. You also have the LME, in which I said LME is is literally olibanum. LME is not a cheaper version, but it's a substitute. LME is a substitute for olibanum. So that's why this baby's in here. So you have LME, and olibanum is frankincense, okay? So you have black pepper, pink pepper, LME, saffron, olibanum, vanilla, and suede. I love this fragrance, and everywhere I go, I get many compliments. I oversprayed this fragrance and almost made myself sick one day. I was sick of smelling myself. I think I sprayed it about 12 times. Baby Cat is a beast, and you may need 8 sprays and be done. And I was outside, and I was still smelling myself, you guys. I went to the Jill Scott concert, and when I tell you, like, Baby Cat, I feel like Baby Cat was literally sitting right here the entire night, okay? And that was just 12 sprays alone. But I got multiple compliments, and I was like, ooh, girl, I put on too much. I actually told the girl I put on too much. But anyway, Baby Cat, it's rich, it's warm, it's vanilla. You get that beautiful suede scent on top of the creaminess of the olibanum or the LME. It's very resinous, a little incensey, but you get more of that vanilla and the suede. A lot of people say this smells like Resindo Matteau. Slight resemblance, maybe like 25% from that suede note, because I do get a suede scent from Resindo Matteau, but I get more of a fruity suede scent, and the ambery scent from Resindo Matteau. This one gives me more of an incensey, warm, vanillic suede scent, you guys. Anyway, Baby Cat, olibanum, LME, frankincense. Get your nose on this, okay? The next one we're going to talk about is one that I absolutely love. It's addicting. It's intoxicating. It's a beast, and it's too much for most, okay? But y'all, just wait till the dry down, okay? I love it in the opening and the dry down, but yes, it is a beast in the opening. And this is by the House of Amouage. Guidance is a beast in the opening, okay? So y'all already know that Lineage was going to be a beast in the opening. So Lineage, okay, it's ginger. Oh, this is so good. It's fresh. It's a little aquatic, okay? So in Lineage, you have your Myrrh is in Lineage. You have, actually, you got frankincense and myrrh in Lineage, okay? That's why it's so warm, spicy, and it's amazing, okay? So you got your frankincense and myrrh in Lineage. You got your ginger, saffron, all the spicy notes, okay? You have your Peru balsam. That one's a little spicy, resinous too. You have your Peruvian pepper, spicy too. And also you have your fenugreek, and you have your benzoin. There's some other notes, but I wrote down the notes that is giving me, like, it's giving, okay? So in here, yes, you get that Szechuan. I want to say Szechuan, but it's Szechuan pepper, Szechuan pepper. So you get that Szechuan pepper. You also get a freshness from the pink. I get a pink pepper too in here. But it could be that myrrh. It could be that frankincense. It's a little dry, but it's slightly aquatic and fresh as well. From that ginger, warm, spicy, fresh, airy, all of that. It is intoxicating. It is stunning. It is addicting, and I'm absolutely loving it. This bottle doesn't look like it belongs in the fall and the winter, but it absolutely does. Actually, I would wear this 365. I would even wear this on summer nights, you know, especially if it's warm, kind of humid, you know, because to me, this fragrance gives, like I said, it gives like aquaticness and a freshness when it dries down on top of that warm spiciness that you get too. It's clean as well. Anyway, Lineage by Amouage. Do not blind buy this fragrance. I did, but do not do what I do. I take chances in life, period. So I love this fragrance. Get your nose on it, but sample first, you guys. The next one is one by one of my favorite fragrance houses. It is in my top 5, and I'm loving all of the new acquisitions to their fragrance house, okay? Tales from Zanzibar, Trouble in Paradise. And this baby right here, Lost in the Desert, right? Yeah, Lost in the Desert. When I initially smelled this, I was like, ooh, this is a lot. But then as it dried down, I got that Mexican vanilla. It's called Pompona vanilla. It's vanilla in the opening. There's vanilla in the heart. And there's a beautiful note of myrrh. So also in here, You know, it's rich, it's resinous, it's vanillic. It's literally vanilla, myrrh, and I think there's olibanum in here as well, which is frankincense. So there's frankincense, myrrh, and there's vanilla, y'all. It is giving, okay? It is giving spicy. It is giving Dubai. It is giving rich, okay? So I am loving this fragrance. It's very rich, resinous, unisex. It's a beast, lost in the desert. But if you like a warm, spicy myrrh, frankincense, and vanilla, a rich vanilla, slightly creamy in the dry down, then you need to get your nose on lost in, I can't even talk, you guys, lost in the desert, okay? So the next one we have with the notes of, I think there's myrrh in here as well. Yes, there's myrrh in here. This is Brompton Immortals. So you get your myrrh in this fragrance, your saffron, pink pepper, ylang ylang. Actually, there's frankincense in here, you guys. Forgive me. There's frankincense in here, which is olibanum. So there's olibanum, there's rose, there's ylang ylang, there's Madagascar vanilla, there's rose, jasmine, saffron, and pink pepper. I can't even speak today, maybe because I've talked about too many fragrances, okay? We need to start limiting these videos, okay? Anyway, this is fresh pink pepper. This is saffron. You definitely get the warm spiciness from that olibanum, which is smelling like myrrh a little bit as well. The warm spiciness from that olibanum, but the freshness and the florals in here, they're absolutely stunning. Brompton Immortals is a favorite. Ex Nihilo is in my top 5 fragrance houses for life. I love them. And y'all, this is a classic scent. It is sexy, elegant, very upscale. Yeah, and I'll be wearing this a lot. I'm actually taking this baby. I don't know if anybody's going to New York at Scent Explore, but I hope to see all of you at Scent Explore. We're going to have so much fun, and I hope to meet a lot of you there. So y'all, remember, I'm Marcy, so M-A-R-C-Y. And I just let me know who you are if I have not seen you over on Instagram or chatted with you. And yeah, we're going to have a good old time. Anyway, Brompton Immortals. The next one is by the house of Armani Prive. Dusting my bottles off. And this is the lovely Magenta Tanzanite, you guys. I love Magenta Tanzanite. Yes, there are 4 fragrances that I may do a like a comparison on, because all 4 of these fragrances smell very similar to me. Changing Constance, Mingwei Demi, Magenta Tanzanite, and Stevens Ray Spirited by the House of Navitus Parfum. All of those fragrances are giving me the same vibes. They're like 75% the same, you guys. But Magenta Tanzanite, I love, absolutely love, because this one's a lot more gourmand leaning than the other ones. Yes, they have caramel. This one has coffee. This has a lot of vanilla. It's rich, it's creamy. But this one is definitely giving more gourmandish leaning vibes than the other 4. But y'all, the cardamom in here, the pink pepper, I think there's saffron, caramel, vanilla. It is absolutely stunning, and I love Magenta Tanzanite. There's myrrh in this fragrance that I can remember. I don't think I wrote it down, but I think I remember. But yeah, it's beautiful. I love it. It definitely sexy, amazing for the fall, winter. And yes, I love Rouge Malachite as well, but I think I'm starting to lean, because I have 4 fragrances by the house of Armani Prive, actually 5. I think this one may be my favorite, you know. Rouge Malachite is second runner-up, all right? All right, the next one we're going to talk about is Vanilla Shot, and this is by Olfactive Studios. Y'all, I don't know. I ran over to this fragrance. I was at like a fragrance meetup. It was in the Valley at, it was a fragrance warehouse, a distributor. He's a perfumer, L'Artisan Perfumery, but now he's a distributor. He doesn't make perfume anymore. And he has a warehouse where he distributes perfumes, candles, all that good stuff, you know, formulations, things like that. So he sells fragrances there on site. This bottle was so gorgeous and stunning to me when I saw it. So I was like, ooh, Vanilla Shot. I went over there, I sprayed it, and I was in love. I was like, how did I not know about Vanilla Shot in such gorgeous bottle? This fragrance is by Beltran du Chafour as well. It is slight gourmand leaning, I said I completely see how, okay? So in this fragrance, like I said, Beltran Duchefort, that's making all of the gourmands over at Navitus Parfums. So in here you have your saffron, a little bit of Turkish rose. You have your vanilla from Uganda. Okay, you have Somalian myrrh, you have some Vietnamese benzoin, and some Somalian apopanax, okay? I get a lot of like ginger, like vanillic ginger in this fragrance, you know? It's warm, it's spicy, but maybe there's I'm getting ginger, I'm getting myrrh, I'm getting some citruses. What did I say? Oh, no, maybe it's the rose. It's the saffron and the rose. This is gorgeous. You know, this almost gives me similar vibes. If you like Amouage Lineage, this is a step down. It's not as spicy, but it's definitely giving me those vibes of Lineage. But yeah, it's not as, you don't get that Szechuan pepper in here, but you get the warm spiciness of the saffron, the myrrh. You know, it smells like pink pepper, a little bit of a creamy rose in here, y'all. This vanilla shot is beautiful. And, you know, I'm absolutely loving it. It's woody, it's spicy. I put on here, there's a slight fruitiness to this as well, you know. But it's super fresh, airy, resinous, woody, spicy. You get that myrrh and the saffron and a little bit of rose. Such a beautiful fragrance and some airy, fresh vanilla, you guys. Get your nose on this vanilla shot. I don't know where to purchase it, but I was happy to have found this fragrance. Anyway, oh, that one more, you guys. So there's one more, and I keep it in this hefty, gorgeous box. And it's by the House of Bond. This was actually my very first Bond, number 9. And this is Ruby Dubai. I love Ruby Dubai. There's a little bit of a dent in it, but I only pull this out like in the fall and the winter. Now, Ruby Dubai is, it's just money. It's money, okay? That is what this fragrance is. It smells of geranium. There's myrrh in here. It smells like myrrh, geranium. There's a little bit of civet in here too. That makes it a little earthy and green. But in Ruby Dubai, I'm not sure if I wrote it down. But to me, I get a lot of, let's see if I wrote it down, y'all. I don't think I wrote it down, but I'll tell you what I get. But I know that there's myrrh in here. There's rose, there's geranium, there's civet. You don't get the civet. It makes it a little earthy and green. So you don't really get an animalic note in this fragrance, you know? But it's very fresh. It's literally a rose saffron, a lot of saffron in this fragrance. Rose, and this one's hard to come by too. I think when I purchased this, they were all out of stock. I actually purchased this when I was over in London about 5 years ago at Harrods. And I went back up there the second day because when I'm in London, I literally go up to Harrods like every single day. I think I went up there last time I was there in like April, like 3 days in a row, you guys. So anyway, it's beautiful. It's rose, geranium, saffron. There's some slight greenness to it. And then there's myrrh to make it warm, spicy. You know, absolutely love it. It is rich. It smells like a princess, a Dubai princess. It smells like a sultan, y'all. Get your nose on this. This is Bond number 9's Ruby Dubai. And I got to pull this baby back out because I love it. It is so sophisticated. But for now, we just gonna house it right back in there. All right, y'all, go on to the world, spread amazing, see y'all, do good, be good, and let me know what's your favorite frankincense and myrrh or 3 wise men scent, okay, down in the comments, you guys. Love you all. Bye-bye.